So, guys, it is officially Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We have a brand new Star Wars movie coming out. 2017 is a huge year, all things Star Wars, because not only do you have The Last Jedi, I'm actually thinking Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be epic. So we'll make sure to cover that, of course, later on this year here at the channel. But in this special, I wanted to cover the new movie, give our predictions. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. I have some predictions, and to be honest with you guys, I think my predictions are going to be right. First, looking back on the Star Wars original trilogy, as I mentioned earlier, guys, for you chilling in the first portion of the live stream, guys, I mentioned that the original trilogy was all about simplicity. That's what made it so good. It was a space opera. And the reason that it was a space opera is because it was the characters that made the movie so good. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Darth Vader, all those characters were amazing. Shout out to Top Cat. Shout out to all you guys in the live stream chat. You guys got to give me your predictions when we get to The Force Awakens. Or not The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi. Shout out to Tate Gilbert. Inferno Blaze. Top Cat, I know you have some predictions. You got to let me know what you think. Look at this scene, man. This is epic. This is my favorite scene of the first Star Wars movie. After just killing his father, Han Solo, Kylo Ren waits as he just kind of like, what is that? Like force sits, right? He's just chilling. That's such a badass scene. And then they walk up. Awesome. When you remember the first movie, guys, A New Hope, it is all about desperation, as you have Luke Skywalker, Han Solo getting drugged into the Death Star where they basically have no chance at survival. Somehow they pull it off, though, rescue the princess, and Luke Skywalker turns out to be this amazing hero, complete with the Force ability. Ooh, Dreaded Virus. That is a perfect prediction, Dreaded Virus. That's exactly what I want to hear, because that's one of my predictions. He has a prediction for who Rey is. Excellent. That's what I want to hear, guys. Or, I guess in this case, want to read. I'll read out your predictions, guys, but first, just getting to A New Hope, you have Luke Skywalker barely able to get the shot in at the last second before the Rebel base blows up. They instead blow up the Death Star, save the day, all-around victory for the Rebels in A New Hope. The Empire Strikes Back completely changes around. They have to give the big victory to the dark side in that movie. Keep in mind, just like The Empire Strikes Back, we're about to watch the second movie in the trilogy. Probably going to see something very similar to that, perhaps the dark side getting this victory. And then, of course, Return of the Jedi concludes with Luke Skywalker being the ultimate badass, destroying the Death Star almost single-handedly. Not really single-handedly, but in fact, it was everybody else that destroyed the Death Star. But he was on board to destroy the dark side, the Emperor, and I guess Darth Vader. Shout out to Stone Panda. What's happening, Panda? Nah, Transport Gamer, what is up? And the Platinum Joystick, much love to all you guys. Alright, so, after the original trilogy, very simplistic, they went to that prequel trilogy, shamed the series, as I mentioned, with Star Wars really being all about the characters. You know, that's the best part, of course. That was the problem with the prequels. They just did not have good characters. I was excited to see Anakin. He was kind of a whiny bitch. Obi-Wan was awesome. I actually really liked Obi-Wan's character, but didn't do enough. Qui-Gon Jinn, you guys remember him? Probably not. That was Liam Neeson. Anyways, let's not talk about the prequel trilogy at all. Except I will mention that Obi-Wan was respectable. They messed it up because they never showed Obi-Wan's relationship with Anakin, but they talked about it. So at least it's in there. You know what I mean? Like, they messed it up by not showing it, but technically, we can't complain too much about Obi-Wan. We can complain about Anakin because he bitched and moaned. Obi-Wan was pretty cool for the most part. Shout out to Legendary Mike. What's happening? Rosendo. Charlie Sanchez. Hope all you guys are enjoying your trippy Thursday. May the 4th be with you. We have a special live stream coming up after this one as well. Much love to you guys. Alright. moving on, guys. The Rogue One prequel in itself. So, did it kind of break the mold of prequels sucking? I think it did. But here's the problem with Rogue One. For me, it gave it a little bit of room to worry about the new Star Wars movie. Because as good as Rogue One was, there's still a lot of things to not like about it. For example, the characters sucked. The best part of Star Wars is the characters. You cannot honestly tell me you liked any of these characters. Maybe what they could have been, but you really didn't like them. You have Jyn Erso, who looks like she's going to be cool, right? It starts off where she's a little girl, and you're like, oh, she's going to be so cool. Next thing you know, she's in prison, and then she's like kind of being a rebel, but she switches from being a rebel to being the leader. It's all good. It's just not enough development. I still like her, don't get me wrong, but she pales in comparison to Rey. Rey's amazing. Tons of development. They have a full life of her at the beginning of The Force Awakens. I really wanted to love Jyn Erso, but I really didn't care about her too much, and I thought that her relationship with her father was forced. That said, the movie completely made up for it by the end. It was one of those movies that it started off and I was like, man, I can't get into this. They're doing it all, like, they're not developing these characters. And then, what was that one guy that they killed off? That wasn't too good at all. Forrest Whitaker's character. I read the backstory, and I guess he was this character who was going crazy, but they didn't do a good enough job by telling us we didn't know about his character coming in. We didn't know he was crazy, and it's just weird. It's hard to know what the hell he was doing. So anyways, going on to the very end of the movie, that is where I thought everything was absolutely flawless. You had the space combat, which was totally worthy in a Star Wars movie. That Star Wars space combat, epic. And then, of course, you had the grand finale of the movie, which was Darth Vader. I think that movie was absolutely epic. Almost for that scene alone. I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that scene was so great, you know, but it's true. It is true. I don't give a fuck. That scene was amazing, and everything leading to the scene was amazing too, making the movie top notch. It was weird, right? How many movies do you have that start off kind of shoddy, but are able to absolutely like become epic because of the ending? And I know some of you guys might disagree. Maybe you don't need the development because you kind of understand. Like, you understand the Jedi guy was meant to be a Jedi. You didn't really need to see it too much, the blind guy. But come on, you know, when you saw the blind guy kick ass in that city, you're like, oh, I can't wait till that happens again. Well, too bad. It never happens again. But there you have it. I still think, in my opinion, Rogue One was a great movie because the last third was absolutely epic. And at first, I was a little bit disappointed how Cassius comes in and shoots, the guy at the end there just does the old cliche, like, here I am, you thought I was dead. But it's Star Wars. Once again, it's about the characters, it's a space opera, so I was okay with that. Alright, so I would give Rogue One an 8 out of 10. Now for the big kahuna, though. The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens really makes Star Wars as big as it is. If it sucked, then I would think Star Wars would be completely stomped on at this point. But it was amazing. The problem was that Star Wars, The Force Awakens, had some issues in it, right? The beginning was masterful. The ending was masterful. The middle was completely dull. But still, it made up for it. I think all the characters were extremely well done. Finn, all those characters were amazing, and that's what carried the movie. Even though the middle part was dull, basically when Han Solo gets introduced, after that it's kind of stupid, right? Like the part where the people come in to kill him, They're like, Han, you messed up too many times. You messed up 3 times. And he's like, oh, what's the third time? It was kind of goofy. I see what they were doing there. Plus you had those CG monster things. Whatever. But once again, I think the ending was completely masterful. Shout out to M. Gamble. Black blazing it. The last 20 minutes made the movie worth it. Watching Vader get down, says Zach Beezenart. I've heard a lot of people hate on that opinion, but it's really true. You really can't hate on it, guys. It's so true. And once again, The Force Awakens, the characters, Rey, Han Solo, all these characters were so amazing. I did have an issue with Poe. I think for as big of a hero as he was, he didn't have enough things to do. I'm hoping that they kind of make a little bit more for him to do in the second movie to make up for that in the first one. Because did you see how he ended the first movie blowing up the Starkiller base single-handedly? That was ridiculous. He like flew into a hole that they blew up. He had to go around in one shot, do a 360. It was incredible. He basically puts Luke Skywalker to shame. So they need to make up for that. They need to let us know how he's that good. I understand he is good, but still. I really don't think there's much more to say. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say about The Force Awakens, guys. I thought that Kylo Ren ended off that movie really poorly. But I think it was intentionally, right? He was really weak. The fact that, yeah, Dreaded Virus saying Poe didn't get enough screen time, I absolutely agree. I understand that at first they were planning on killing him, so they went from killing him to making him the most badass hero in the entire movie. Because why Rey and Finn are like, whoa, I don't know what the hell's going on. What's this, a lightsaber? Okay, here we go. You know, Poe's like, fucking, let's do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna escape the Death Star. Whatever. All this stuff is crazy, of course. Yeah. Alright, guys. So let's move on to the big time, guys. The brand new movie. Because even though I think Kylo Ren ended out the last movie pretty weak, I have a feeling that it's going to be a complete 180 for the new one, guys. He's going to be possibly just as powerful as the guy he worships, Darth Vader. As you see in the trailer, it starts off there with Rey, and I think it's going to be a lot of what you saw from Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back, with Luke Skywalker really getting beat up by Yoda. But there's a lot of characters here to think about here. So let's run by the characters. When it comes to The Force Awakens, it was a perfect movie, gave us a great ending, even though we really wanted to see what happens next. I remember getting to that ending and being like, yeah, that's perfect, right there, perfect ending. And I'm a little bit worried that they might screw it up if you think about it in this movie. We need a good ending. It cannot be some sort of cliffhanger ending. Sour Malone's training for Saturday. Stay tuned, guys. In the next live stream, we're going to have some big updates when it comes to that. Dreaded Virus calling for Luke to be killed. All right, here comes prediction time, guys. It is time for everybody in the live stream right now. Shout out to Cods. May the 4th be with you. This is time for the predictions. The Last Jedi coming out this year. I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen in this movie. So let me start with Rey. So Rey, guys, she's going to get her ass kicked in this mission. I have a feeling that Luke Skywalker, knowing that he never actually finished training on Dagobah, that's where he did the training with Yoda, his only real training leading him to the battle with Darth Vader was with Yoda. So I think pretty much Rey is due to get her butt kicked. I'm not even sure if she's going to have a shining moment in this movie. They might hold off on it. But the one thing a couple of you guys have mentioned is the origins of Rey. Who is Rey? We still do not know. I think... Oh, Top Cat saying My prediction is so big it would break the chat. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. This is guys, this is like our time capsule. Let me know what you think about the movie. We'll see if we get it right. Starting off with Rey. Okay, Mick Mac, here's the first prediction. Mick Mac is saying Rey is going to turn to the dark side. That would be messed up, Mick Mac, but props to you if you're right. Yoda came back on the island to complete Luke's training. Pistol Pete, you mean the ghost form of Yoda? That is a good point because there were those ghost forms. Hypothetically, those ghosts still have to be around, like Ghost Obi-Wan and Ghost Yoda. Can they still come back, or did they disappear for good after Return of the Jedi? Because I know there was that scene where it kind of looked like they did. So my prediction with Rey, she's going to get her ass kicked. I think that it will come out that she is related to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm with you guys. I saw a couple of you say that she's going to be the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that would make sense. I know there's been some questions. It seems like daughter probably would not make the most sense. Maybe granddaughter, but I'm with you. I think she's going to be related to Obi-Wan. She has that same sort of accent. She wears the same clothes in the beginning of the movie, or at least similar style to how we saw Obi-Wan. It would be a little bit weird how they're both stranded on a desert planet, like separate desert planets. But that would make the most sense. And there was an Easter egg to Ewan McGregor, the actor who played Obi-Wan, being in the Force Awakens. There was like a sound clip of him. So there's a reason why they did that, right? He has to be related to her. My prediction is that she is related to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that will come out somehow in the movie. It's just weird, right? Because Obi-Wan died in the Force, or in A New Hope. So that would be a long way. They're really going to have to do a good job of explaining that, for sure. Other than that, I don't see much happening for Rey. I think she's going to go through some trials and tribulations. And here's my grand prediction for Rey. I think that she is going to get captured again. Kylo is going to come back bigger, better than ever, because he just went through his final training. He's going to be a true badass. He's going to go kill off Luke, for sure. Then that means he's going to be taking out Luke and Han Solo, so that's craziness. But I think he's going to do that and kidnap Rey. But there's got to be a reason why he wants to keep Rey alive. Probably because he wants to make her part of the dark side. That's going to be the big thing with Rey. She'll get kidnapped, and that eventually Finn is going to have to come back and save her. Along with, I don't know who else. Poe and Finn. Damn it, guys. It's going to be a crazy movie if they actually do something like that. But when it comes to Rey, I don't think she's going to do a whole lot. Possibly there's going to be a final confrontation at the very end of the movie. Some sort of Kylo and Rey standoff, and she's not going to be strong enough. Even though she's going to go through all the training, I don't think she's going to be strong enough. Not even close. And I think that's going to be the gist of it for Rey. It's going to be a struggle before she turns into the uber badass in the upcoming third movie. The next character is Finn, who's currently knocked out. He's in like a coma or whatever. Just like Han Solo was at the end of the second movie. Obi-Wan didn't die, says Charlie Sanchez. How did he not survive? He couldn't have survived that. It was a shot right to the gut from Darth Vader with the lightsaber, and then he just kind of disappeared. So unless he has some sort of cloak-like ability, disappearing ability, that would be crazy. Like, oh, it turns out he was alive that whole time. He disappeared. It's like the Nightcrawler from X-Men. Little poof, here I am. So when it comes to Finn, he's probably going to be in a coma for much of the beginning of the movie. Somehow he'll wake back up to hear that Rey has been kidnapped again. And the guy you see right next to him there, of course, Poe, they're going to have to go save. I don't know how the hell they're going to save him. I don't know how that's going to happen. Probably going to be completely suicidal. But considering they already did it once, I guess they're going to have to do it again. I think Finn is somehow going to team up with Poe in this next movie, and they are going to be the main heroes, Finn and Poe. Because as you can see in this scene from the trailer, shit's going down. Poe's like, oh hell, we need to get out of here. And he actually runs to, I believe, to his X-Wing, which gets completely messed up. They blow it up. So therefore, I believe his X-Wing's done got it. Now, as far as, let's give a prediction on Poe. Finn is connected to it all somehow. I don't know how Finn is connected to it. That doesn't make sense. I think he was just your basic stormtrooper, just like a lot of those stormtroopers. Same kind of backstory. Charlie Sanchez saying it wasn't really he disappeared. It wasn't really a kill. Doesn't count. Platinum Joystick saying Finn might have fought the other Jedis and realized that he should go to the Jedi side. All right. Yeah. So, when it comes to Poe, I don't know. There's going to be some sort of grand finale with his character at all. I'm guessing that Poe's going to be the one to save Rey at the end. Rey's almost going to die. Poe's going to save Rey. And then Finn is going to be there as well. It's going to basically be a final scene where those two save her. Some sort of Empire prison or Kylo Ren's castle, maybe? I heard that maybe. Okay, because if you guys haven't heard, Darth Vader has a castle. So maybe Kylo Ren takes up residence in his castle. That makes sense. And that might be where this next movie's heading, to Darth Vader's castle. That's my prediction. Finn was just lucky with the lightsaber, says Trippy Nasal. That's why I mentioned in the last movie. Unfortunately, Kylo Ren, he should have never even given those guys a chance. That's where it was like, what? How would Finn have a chance against a master Sith or whatever, a master dark force handler? That made no sense, but the fact that Chewbacca shot him, once Han Solo died, Chewbacca went into beast mode. They have been showing how powerful that gun was the whole movie, and then he shot Kylo Ren with the gun, really weakened him up there. And I think that's the only reason those guys had a chance. So Finn, look for Finn and Poe to be the main heroes of this movie while Rey gets kidnapped. When it comes to Kylo Ren, as I said, guys, Kylo Ren just got done with his master training or whatever before this new movie starts up, I think. Shout out to Minkster, what's happening? So I'm taking Kylo Ren to be a major upgraded character in this movie. I think he's going to completely destroy. This is going to be his movie. Notice how the main logo, I'll rewind it for you guys a little bit. The main logo of The Last Jedi, if you look at the colors of that, it's the same colors as, dang you, YouTube, here it is. It's the same colors as Darth Vader's jetpack. Darth Vader's jetpack was red with the white aura in the middle. So I think that's why Darth Vader is going to be probably part of the movie a lot, with his castle being involved and Kylo Ren trying to become the next Darth Vader. I was even thinking, like, what if Kylo Ren changes his name to Darth Ren? Darth Ren. You guys think that'll happen? Trippy Nasal saying Rey is the odd one out. Rey without training took out Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is going to try and seduce her to the dark side. I agree with Jonathan 100%, guys. Mace Windu is Supreme Leader Snoke. What? Mace Windu, you think? Yeah, and I think when it comes to the main villain of the movie, Kylo Ren, he's pretty much just going to destroy. He's going to have a good movie at the very end. As I already mentioned, he's probably still not going to be stopped, and they're going to have to escape. It's going to all come back to this next movie after this one, where we're going to look at that one and be like, how are they ever going to stop Kylo Ren? He's a savage. Kylo Ren is more savage than Freddy Krueger. He's going to be terrible. Wasn't a massive fan of Rogue of Episode 7, Rogue One was way better, says Minkster. Shout out to September R. What's up, September? I think that's pretty much all I can say about Kylo Ren. I'm a huge fan of Kylo Ren's character, guys. I absolutely love what they did with him. I understand that final scene where he killed off Han Solo, maybe some people aren't 100% on board with that, but it was still pretty epic, guys. Especially the way they did it. It was kind of artistic. The way the sun kind of set just as he killed off Han Solo. It was officially Kylo Ren becoming a savage. Hey, isn't Ren like a rank? Someone gets after the training. Isn't there supposed to be a lot more Kylo Rens? What you're mentioning, Charlie, is the Knights of the Ren. Exactly. The Knights of the Ren. And that's why it was a little bit weird how Rey even stood a chance against Kylo Ren, considering he was like the main Knight of the Ren or whatever, and he destroyed everybody. So that's kind of messed up, guys. As far as Kylo Ren, though, look for him to take the next step in this next movie and probably stay powerful as hell throughout the entire movie, leading us to whatever Episode 9 is called. Finally, guys, let's talk about Luke motherfucking Skywalker. A lot of you guys have already predicted that Luke Skywalker is going to die. How many of you guys think Luke Skywalker will die? And how many of you think that Luke Skywalker will live? Is he going to survive, or is he going to die? I think he's going to die. Kylo Ren is going to kill Luke Skywalker. Trippy Reaper saying Kylo Ren deserves to die. Wait a minute. You don't think there's a chance Kylo Ren can be saved? Because that's part of maybe a future prediction. Maybe Kylo Ren goes back to the good side, and then they give him the death penalty. I'm not sure if they're going to have any reveals for Snoke. I think they're going to hold off for the last movie to actually give us the big reveal on Snoke. They made him look like a wuss, and hopefully he gets justice, says Charlie Sanchez. Exactly, Charlie. But I still loved him. I'm a huge Kylo fan. I love Rey to death. Rey's my favorite Star Wars character ever. I think they made it absolutely amazing. Crystal Johnson. What's happening, Crystal? Much love to you, September. Trippy Nasal. Luke, I think I will die by either Kylo Ren or Snoke, or even by the Knights of Ren. Alright, so when it comes to Luke Skywalker, he's going to die. He's going to put Rey through hell, for sure. But she's going to need it in order to take on Kylo. And if you've looked at some of these Luke Skywalker or Mark Hamill interviews, you could tell that he's a little bit bummed because he never probably gets to go into battle. I think that Mark Hamill wants Luke Skywalker to just go in and fuck people up, because he actually mentioned how he wanted Luke Skywalker to show up on that Starkiller base at the end in the snow. He just wanted him to show up out of nowhere. I don't think that's going to happen. Luke Skywalker is probably going to get confronted on that island. Kylo Ren is somehow going to get the map to Luke Skywalker because the map is still out there. Maybe someone made a copy of the map. Maybe the cloud gets hacked. That's going to be the storyline, right? It's like, where did you put the map of Luke Skywalker? And then C-3PO is going to say, don't worry, I put it in the cloud. And then there's going to be like space hackers. You know, Kylo Ren's going to be like, I installed the services of Space Lizard Squad. They got me the map to Luke Skywalker. And boom, they confront him, dead. And unfortunately, that's where The Last Jedi comes in. Because Luke Skywalker dead, Rey escapes, and she is the last Jedi. Maybe Luke saves the day and finds Finn to save. That would be a crazy turn of events. Maybe Luke does come out here doing backflips. It's like, I've learned Yoda's secret to doing backflip lightsaber duels. CGI battle scene with Luke and Kylo. Calling it, says Charlie Sanchez. Wow, you think so? I don't really think too much else will happen with Luke Skywalker. I don't even think he's going to leave the planet. He's going to stay on that one planet. Kylo's going to show up. It's going to be bad news. So that's pretty much what I think is going to happen, guys. A lot of ass beating at the beginning of the movie. Not sure exactly when Finn's going to wake up. Probably towards the middle of the movie. I'm guessing the beginning, when crazy stuff happens. Yeah. When crazy stuff happens at the beginning of the movie, I think that's going to be Poe. Probably a rebel base getting attacked. Poe's going to be the one there. He's going to have to deal with some BS. Rey's over on the other planet, going through training. Shout out to Mysterious Animator X. Finn will eventually wake up to learn that Rey has been kidnapped. Luke Skywalker is dead. Kylo Ren has kidnapped Rey, taken her to Darth Vader's castle. I don't know how the hell Finn and Poe are going to infiltrate the castle. Maybe they're going to disguise themselves. That's it. They're going to disguise themselves. And of course, Finn's knowledge of where the... Wait, I've heard about Darth Vader's castle. It's on planet Blargon 7. They're going to fly to Blargon 7. I don't know how they're going to get Chewbacca into one of the costumes. Maybe a stormtrooper costume, but they're definitely going to pull it off. Yeah, guys, and I think Rey is definitely going to be related to Obi-Wan. That's probably going to be revealed in this movie. Probably via some sort of flashback, something like that, guys. What do you guys think? Any more predictions? What if J.J. Abrams trolls us and Luke has just around and jumps off the cliff, says Dreaded Virus? No, he would force float down to the bottom. I'm calling this the beginning of the movie will start with the Resistance getting dealt a very massive blow. I totally agree with Jonathan Nassau there. That's what I was saying. I think the Rebel base, or the Resistance base, I should say, will be getting attacked. And yeah, Poe's going to probably have to get the hell out of there. Maybe he escapes with Finn. I don't know how that's going to work. And it's probably going to happen the whole time, Jonathan Nassau. I'm guessing that this whole movie is going to be a major struggle for the rebellion, for sure. Thanks again for joining up for the live stream, guys. Really appreciate all of your theories, guys. We'll see if we're right. You know, that's it. That's the predictions. Shout out to Trippy Josh. You'll have Luke dying. You will have Rey probably becoming close to a true Jedi, but probably still not strong enough. Not to take out Kylo Ren. Rebel base attacked. Leia killed. Oh yeah. I didn't think about Leia, guys. That's true. Did not think about Leia. So she's finished all of the acting in this movie. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think she's going to die. I don't think she's going to die in this movie. They can't kill off Luke and Leia, can they? Maybe they will. They'll probably have Kylo kill her off. I'm sure everyone just dies and the First Order wins, says Tony Cat 562. Hey, you might be right about that, Tony Cat. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think. If there's any other predictions that you have, definitely reach out to me on Twitter. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, Firestone package. Paskings. You have been removed, sir. Vanquished a la Darth Vader. Take that. So anyways, guys, stay tuned here, Trippy Commentaries. I do have another live stream coming up right after this one. Hope you guys are all having a very good Star Wars day. not only do we have Star Wars The Force Awakens, but now we have The Last Jedi, and of course Battlefront 2 coming out this year. And I'm even looking forward to Star Wars Land, which is opening up in 2019 here in Florida. Disney World, that's going to be epic. Shout out to Eric Kronberger. What's happening? Ruben Guerra. All you guys, really appreciate you chilling for the Star Wars live stream. Huge live stream coming up after this one in GTA 5, guys. Hope you can join up for that. The Super Star Wars series. Oh, dude, I used to play that as a kid. It kicked my ass big time, dude. Big time. But I did have Game Genie, so I beat it. I found a way. Much love to all you guys. Catch you in the next live stream. And yeah, for all of you guys watching this after the live stream, definitely drop in the comments section below your predictions. And check back after December. We'll see if we're right about this one. What do you think? I think that I'm probably pretty close, guys. When we look back on those predictions, Darth Vader's castle, Rey getting kidnapped again, and Kylo Ren being the most destructive villain that we've seen in a Star Wars movie yet. I do think that Snoke probably still going to go very secretive till the next movie. But maybe not, guys. Maybe not. And then Charlie Sanchez's huge prediction that Obi-Wan is not really dead. He disappeared and got away. He's a massive ninja master. Yeah, you don't know about the Game Genie. Much love. One last shout out. Elusive, Kiwi, Top Cat, Mysterious Animator X. Definitely stay tuned, guys. I'll catch you all very, very soon for the next live stream. And also, stay tuned as we will be covering a lot more Star Wars this year. I'm a Star Wars fanatic. The best movie going by far. But hey, we got Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend too. Maybe that one's pretty good as well. Much love, guys. Stay tuned here to Trippy Commentaries. More importantly, as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends. Adios, guys.